Those of you with children will understand. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? With children, the answer is pretty simple, almost. With adults, we have to be a little more specific. During the past few years, we've become so accustomed to hearing bad news about land and development that we're not sure how to react when the news is good. So I'm here to tell you that from a land perspective, we have hit the bottom and we're beginning to show signs of improvement. People are buying land and in some cases, eager to build. It may be safe to say that we have hit bottom and we should see an increase in sales and land values while the bank-owned transactions begin to decrease in the months to come. During 2010, we saw the number of lot transactions increase to 4,400, and yes, in some cases, those lots were taken back by the bank and sold to the highest bidder. The number of new lots created through subdivision maps, parcel maps, and minus the reversions to acreage, netted 81 new parcels. Reno saw the number of single-family residential building permits increase to 351, which is an 11% increase from the prior year. In Sparks, the single-family residential building permit count is nearly the same this year as it was last year. Overall, the total number of single-family building permits is slightly down for the entire Washoe County area by less than 9%. Compared to the prior year, the building permit activity decreased by 43% and 53% the preceding calendar year. It may be safe to say that the building permit activity for home builders hit the bottom in 2010. Last year, we began to see average prices for finished subdivision lots rise to nearly $40,000. Do you remember in 2009 when Lewis Homes paid approximately $25,000 per finished lot in Pioneer Meadows? In 2010, they sold 33 lots to Lennar for a little more than $30,000 per lot. This illustrates that in 1 year, their value increased by 21%. As you can see from this slide, more than 1,200 partially finished and finished lots changed ownership. It may be safe to assume that lot prices will continue to gradually increase this year as the finished lot supply dwindles. The most notable transactions for 2010, over $2 million, are shown on this slide. Please allow me to highlight a few. Nevada Pacific Development purchased 5 residential lots in Incline Village for nearly $13 million. The David Pick Family Partnership purchased 162 lots in the Riata subdivision in Wingfield Springs for $3.2 million. This purchase consisted of map lots, finished lots, and a few partially finished homes in a hammerhead type configuration. Reno Golden Hills purchased 150 lots in the Golden Hills subdivision located north of the Damani Ranch High School in Reno for $2 million. Industrial prices continue to be influenced by those in the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. Last year, TRIC only had 3 industrial land sales, averaging $3.60 per square foot. Land values in TRICs on average peaked at $387 in 2008. The average price has ranged from $1.53 to $387 during the last 7 years. You will note that the number of parcels sold has decreased each year since 2005. These numbers may increase once USA Parkway is extended to US 50 near Stagecoach. Work on this project should start this year if funding is obtained through the state and through Story County. People were buying land in 2010, and they were building. Despite all we know about vacancy rates and the availability of buildings, people still feel the need to build in some cases. In January of this year, WMS Gaming purchased this land on Trademark for $12.50 per square foot. In the spring, they began construction on their 53,000 square foot building, which opened in the fall. Roy Street, owner of Reno Sparks Cat Company, purchased the garden shop land and building on Gentry Way, demolished the existing structure, and built this 8,200 square foot building this fall. In Sparks, BJ's Brewhouse purchased the land at the corner of Sparks Boulevard and East Lincoln at Legends. In April this year, they built their new restaurant and opened it in the fall. Also in Sparks, Lennar recently recorded the Garda subdivision, which overlooks the DeAndrea Golf Club driving range. They plan to revise the building footprints for this subdivision and may start construction this summer. In a unique fee-build arrangement between the builder and developer, Ryder Homes started a new subdivision at Miramonte in the Vistas of Sparks called La Tierra. La Tierra subdivision models are now open and Ryder Homes is building. As you can see, people do see the value of purchasing land while prices are low. And in a few cases, they are finding that it is a great time to build because construction bids are very competitive. We believe that we will see the following trends this coming year. Land prices overall will remain flat, while finished subdivision lots begin to increase slightly. New development will virtually be non-existent while the existing parcels are built upon. Land listings will slightly increase due to the slightly improving economy. The number of land sales will continue to increase, especially when buyers start to notice that the prices are beginning to increase. Are we there yet? Almost. Job creation is paramount for our region's recovery and success in the future. It took us a long time to get to the bottom, so the recovery will be longer than any of us will like. But overall, we do see a few glimmers of hope, and within the next 3 to 5 years, we'll arrive at better times. Thank you for your attention, and have a great 2011.